This blank check is made payable to ghosts in the closet. There's a magic in the air this time of year. You feel the chill in the air. You can feel something even though you can't see it in the dark. Tonight, we're going to explore a story that perfectly captures this feeling. This is a true ghost story about a young woman we will call Emily. Now, Emily experienced a haunting. No, not by ghosts, not in the traditional sense, but a haunting by her past. Things she had experienced and the mistakes that she had made. She felt that her past was a pain and cost her everything that meant anything to her. When she was alone, she felt like she was living in her own haunted house. Her mind was a maze of regret and sadness. Emily felt like if she was cursed, as if God himself had turned his back on her. She tried to find forgiveness to move on, but the darkness followed her everywhere, forever reliving the same nightmare. But then, one night, something changed. It was a chilly October night, and the wind was howling. The rattle of the shutters against her window would not let her sleep. As she tossed and turned, Emily woke up with this feeling of a presence in her room. Moonlight shone through the window directly into her open closet. The moon reflected on one antique wooden box. It felt as if it was calling her name. In the darkness, she walked over to the closet. Overcoming any fear, she picked up this wooden box. It had been so long since she had opened it. She knew this box very well. It was given to her from her grandfather as a gift many years ago. She opened the box, and she saw something that she had never seen before. Inside, she found a letter, faded and yellowed with age. How did she miss this? As she began to read, a cold chill ran down her spine. It was a letter from her grandfather, written years ago, directly to her. He spoke of a family secret that he had carried with him for years. It was a letter filled with forgiveness and love. He spoke of the great mistake that he had made in his own life, a mistake that had haunted him, and a mistake that made him feel as if God himself had turned his back on him. In the letter, he wrote of how he felt like a failure, how he felt as if he let his family down. But then he wrote these words of a dream that he had had one night. My dearest Emily, I had a vision of you in a dream. In this dream, I had the courage to tell you the truth. And I had the courage to ask for your forgiveness. Will you forgive me? I still love you, and I pray that you love me. He wrote how he woke up from the dream. He knew God had not abandoned him. Instead, God had given him a second chance to mend what was broken and to heal the past. Emily read the letter, tears streaming down her face. It was as if her grandfather's words were a ray of light through the darkness. He reminded her that God's love is unconditional, that God never stops reaching out to us, even when we have turned our back and when we feel lost and alone. Her grandfather's words reminded her that forgiveness isn't about forgetting the past. It's about learning from it. And that is what Emily did. She took her grandfather's words and God's love to heart, and she released the ghosts haunting her past. She reached out to those that she had hurt and asked forgiveness. And then she released those pains that hurt her. She began to see her past not as a haunting, but as a place of healing. Emily's story is a reminder that even if you feel haunted by your past, even when you feel lost and alone, the power of forgiveness and love will always be there to light your way. You are never truly alone. You are always surrounded by God's love ready to heal. You just need to overcome your fear and open that door. So on this night, instead of looking for a ghost story to frighten you, there just might be a holy ghost story waiting to free you from your past. And I'll see you next time on The Blank Check.